Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We're currently back on Fyke Isle, where the Pellar asked us to meet him to help complete the ritual of Forefathers' Eve, where they help the spirits of the departed find rest and move on. Unfortunately, this was interrupted by some witch hunters from, I forget whether it's Nilfgaard or the Northern Realms. Probably Nilfgaard would be my guess. No. Witch hunters are from the other one, Radovid, King Radovid, and unfortunately that tainted the grounds, and so they weren't able to complete the ritual. And now we have to find the Pellar's father's body because the Pellar's spirit appeared, accused the Pellar of patricide, and then disappeared because that was when the witch hunters showed up. And we have to remove the Pellar's father's bond to this world so that the Wraith will not hold sway anymore. So let's go. Now, one thing during the ritual, I noticed there was this doorway over here. I don't think I went in here last time I was here. I don't think I noticed it was here last time I was here, so I'm gonna check it out. Suet mushrooms and a chest. Axeman's trousers. Go. So the Pellar mentioned that his father's corpse was buried in the swamp. And of course they mean over here, not on Fyke Isle. So we got a bit of sailing to do. Which will bring us back over here. And then I've got to be careful not to accidentally meet the Bloody Baron in Downwarren, because I want to do some of these up here first. Wrong button. Could probably go between that small little island and the main island on the left there. Yeah, sure, let's try it. Nope, does not look like the channel is deep enough, if there is actually a channel there at all. Maybe here. Nope. That is just an outcropping. Better to go around. As I hit a rock. Tried to pull that a bit tight there. Oh no, not a rock. A log. And there's Bald Mountain in the distance. At least what I'm assuming is Bald Mountain, given that at the foot of it, on this lake, there was a signpost for entrance to Bald Mountain, and I couldn't do anything at all to get to that big gnarled tree up at the top of it. Which looks considerably less gnarled right now. I wonder if that's the cloud, or if something's happened. Oh, there it is, back to being somewhat gnarled. Yeah, something's definitely going to go down at that big tree later in the game. Don't know what, but we'll find out. Looks like there's some drowners in the water behind me here. That moon is pretty pretty. Alright, so we gotta find the body of the Pellar's father in the swamps using our Witcher senses. Some rot fiends here around a glowing red thing on the ground. What's betting that that's the corpse. That's one of the nice things about rot fiends is you can kind of, if you get them clustered together, you can set off a chain reaction of death. And of course my silver sword is damaged. Let's go into our inventory here. Because I also got the Arbitrator, which is not as good of a sword. That's okay. Oh, and my new stuff on the armor. Ooh, Guardsman's Boots is overall, looks like a step up from the Tracker's Boots. +6 armor, +1 stamina regeneration, +2 resistance to piercing damage, +2 resistance to bludgeoning damage, +1 resistance to slashing damage, -4 resistance to burning. But overall an improvement. So there we go. And this silver sword is at 50%. How am I doing as far as repair kits? Oh, we got a bunch of repair kits. There we go. So I'm willing to bet that's the body right there. Let's see what happens.
The swamps kept Ambros' body in good shape. Even where the Pellar smashed his head in. Gotta incinerate it. That ought to get the Spectre to leave. Leave the world of the living. Never return again.
Now we have to talk to the Pellar and basically say, the heck happened? And where is the Pellar? Is back at his hut. Alright. Hello, Roach. Didn't particularly want to engage the foglet at this moment, but when there's an earth elemental here, which is too powerful for me to take on.
One of the Baron's men, are you?
It's the thing about the Lindenvale stables. There's always this horse blocking the road. One thing I'm just noticing as I'm heading to the Pellar is, as you might notice, there's a little up arrow in the top left next to my health bar, so that means I have an ability point that I haven't used yet. So, once we get close to the Pellar's hut, I am going to see how I want to use it.
Whoa there, Roach.
Alright, let's take a look. I'm going to examine what I want to do with this ability point, and I will see you on the other side. Now, you know, I've decided I'm going to upgrade Melt Armor, because Igni seems to be one of my signs of choice. So next level is damage dealt by Igni also permanently weakens enemy armor. Effect scales with sign intensity up to a maximum of 30%. Stamina regeneration in combat +1 per second versus plus half per second. And it's 30% instead of 15%. There we go. So let's go talk to the Pellar and see what he has to say about this. Why did you bash your father's head in?
White wolf, wise wolf. What is it the wolf needs?
Folk from the village come here often?
Oh, when help they need, the Pellar they seek.
Help with what?
With the dead that come a-haunting, peace must be made. But they must then wait for Forefathers' Eve. Or when an evil spirit runs wild in a homestead. Drive the spirit off, the Pellar can.
And if I needed, say, a love potion?
Then to the witch you would be sent. Not a matter for the Pellar, that.
I wonder what that's in reference to. Whatever.
Found your father's body. Had to burn it.
Good you did. Return for me ye would have.
What's your story? You actually kill your father?
'Twas an evil man. The Pellar feared him once, but then grew brave. what his father did to his mother. The Pellar could not look upon it, so he split the father's head with an axe, left him in the swamp. But folk knew.
Ghost's not likely to come back.
Thank you, Witcher. A reward for your aid. And if herbs or remedies you ever need, for near nothing you will have them from me. White Wolf, wise wolf. What is it the wolf needs?
Could use a few potion ingredients. Show me what you got.
Oh, he's got a whole bunch of scrolls. I'm going to take a look at this, and I will see you on the other side. Alright, well, there's not much that I want to buy right now from the Pellar, and there's not much he's willing to buy from me either, so...
So long.
Alright, so where do we want to go next? Oh, so there's a little quest available thing there in this whole area. There's 3 boats headed to Skellige here, which is the next main story that it seems to really want to give me. But it's not one that I want to do right now. Oh, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the... which is it? It was the one... The Griffin School gear. Because that one sends me up here. There's a wyvern, which I now know I can fight, and there's also an undiscovered location. Let's head up there.
Go, go. Take it easy.
Those look like harpies, which is interesting. I'll check that out after this. Yeah, there's the wyvern. So I think it was level 14 or something like that. Which is why it was a pain last time I was here, but now... should be something I can do. Come on. Interesting that the wyvern doesn't appear to be wanting to approach me. Oh, would you look at that? There's a place of power down there. And it's also interesting because there's this drawbridge here, which I can't seem to... I wonder if an Ard would be able to get that down. Not from this side, anyway. Alright. Huh. How well do you think I'd survive a drop down into the water? Answer apparently is very well.
Medallion's humming. Place of power. It's gotta be.
And thus my Quen sign is increased. So now let's see if we can get up there from this side. Well, how in the heck do they expect me to get into this castle?
Magic. The place of power.
I don't see any kind of like underwater tunnels or anything like that. I genuinely have no idea how to get that down. And I see no other way onto the island from here. I might have to abandon this due to a lack of any way forward that I can see right now. So I thought maybe from the place of power I could climb up, but those cliffs were pretty steep. Alright. Lornruk is apparently a bit of a mystery here. I'm going to spend this other ability point, this ability point I got from the place of power, again on melt armor.
Whoa!
So it could be story-based, but you know, it's a small place, and like, I already know that there's going to be the Griffin School gear here. So I'm going to do one more circuit in the water, just in case I missed anything. And we will see what comes up. Gonna be a little bit more careful. Ah, haha. Case in point. I think I skipped over this going through the place of power.
Magic. A place of power.
Yeah, I went over this little bit of land with the place of power rather than going underwater here, and I think I missed it. There's also a bunch of seagulls swirling in this area, circling, pardon me, which might be like a visual indicator. Game design is tricky. I knew there was going to be some way in here, just didn't know what it was. Empty bottle, lesser Zoria runestone, torn out page, foglet decoction, Redanian halberdier's armor, Velen longsword, alchemist's powder, florins, and dark iron ore. No, not the ladder, Geralt. I want you to light the candle. There we go. Something tells me fighting the wyvern is going to be harder in here than it would have been had the wyvern actually come across the moat to meet me. Lesser Stribog runestone, tracker's boots, meteorite ingot, twine, and blunt axe. Axeman's trousers, Gvenel, amber dust, lesser Morana runestone, and superior elementa oil. What do you know? This looks like I can lower the drawbridge for next time. I'm quite surprised that the wyvern hasn't attacked me yet. Oh, there it is. There we are, one wyvern down. Monster eye, dragon scale, wyvern hide, wyvern egg. Excellent. Crafting notes. Griffin silver sword. Yay! There's the thing I was looking for. Crafting notes. Now there's a commission I haven't seen the likes of in ages. Got a visit from that witcher the Baronet summoned about them evil powers took over the lighthouse and were crashing ships against the rocks. He stood there in the doorway to my forge, looking noble as a prince or duke as something, and said his silver sword got damaged during his last job. Blade was chipped bad, almost broken in 2 spots. I asked how he expected me to know how to fix a weapon like that. He gave me a diagram and said I was to forge him a new one, and promised quite the sum in return. Damn near tuckered myself out making that thing. I did my apprenticeship with Master Barnaby of Novigrad, and I've made a witcher, a blade or 2 in my life, but it's been over 3 years since I last touched anything of the sort. In the end, it didn't matter, though. Before I could finish, the witcher figured out what was going on with the lighthouse and had to make haste to the Baronet's castle, for the rest is ineligible, or illegible. I'm going to finish exploring the lighthouse, and then we'll call an end to the episode. Tyr Tokair blade. That looks interesting. Sapper's trousers, lesser glyph of art, and hardened leather. Dobromir's journal. Daz chewing my head off about going to the lighthouse, about the fire needing tending. Thing is, I don't give a plowing rat's arse, frankly. What am I, some golem fit for not climbing up there 4 times a day to drop off wood and pour oil? I'd much rather learn how to work a forge in town or at some gnomish foundry. Grandpa Amsvari was a smith, weren't he? Even forged witcher blades, so who's to say none of his talent trickled down into me? Another Tyr Tocher blade. Or Toker. Toker or Tocher, not sure. Well, there's a body. Axeman's boots, dark iron ore, and silver ore. Oh, it looks like some sort of castle over there. Or that might be Oxenford's Academy. Hard to say. Well, now that we've reached the top of the lighthouse and we've got what we need for the Griffin School fetch quest, I think I'm going to call an end to the episode here. You know the drill, click over there. Join me next time as we figure out what else we want to do from here. See you then.